Your stuff is just sitting there, and it's costing you money every single day you ignore it. We're not talking about a side hustle that requires a resume, a commute, or a boss. We're talking about your driveway, your spare room, and that power drill collecting dust in your garage. The modern sharing economy has quietly rewritten the rules of passive income. And if you haven't noticed, your neighbors probably already have. Platforms like Airbnb, Turo, and Swimply have turned ordinary homeowners into micro-entrepreneurs almost overnight. And the barrier to entry is essentially zero. Here's the catalyst nobody talks about. We are sitting on a mountain of underutilized assets in this country. And for decades, we just accepted that as normal. Then peer-to-peer technology showed up. And suddenly, that idle car in your garage can earn you anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a month just by existing in someone else's driveway. Think of it like this. Your belongings are either depreciating liabilities or they're working assets. And right now, most of them are firmly in the liability column. The sharing economy is essentially your permission slip to flip that equation without buying a single new thing. Not long ago, the headlines were electric. Passive income revolution, the death of the traditional job. Everybody was going to rent everything and work nothing. Then reality settled in, and people realized renting your lawnmower to a stranger requires actual logistics, trust, and a willingness to accept that things sometimes get scratched. That psychological friction is real. And it's the #1 reason people sign up for these platforms and then never post a single listing. But here's what the skeptics miss. The leading platforms have already solved most of that friction for you, with built-in insurance coverage, sometimes reaching $1 million, identity verification on renters, and 24/7 support lines. History shows us that every major economic shift, from the Industrial Revolution to the gig economy, goes through a messy middle phase, where early adopters get burned and cynics declare it dead. The peer-to-peer rental market is firmly in that messy middle right now, which is precisely why the opportunity hasn't been fully priced out yet. A common misconception is that only people with luxury properties or exotic cars can make real money on these platforms. That is simply not true. Swimply hosts rent backyard pools for $40 to $150 per hour. High-glow users rent out cameras and power tools, and everyday homeowners on neighbor.com are pocketing passive income just from listing their empty garage. The commission structures vary widely, and that's something you need to understand before you commit to any platform. Airbnb takes as little as 3% from hosts, while specialized item rental platforms may take 20 to 25%, so your profit margin depends heavily on where you list and how you price. The practical lesson from every market cycle is the same. Diversify your income streams before you need them, not after. Start with what you already own. List on 2 or 3 platforms, keep your pricing competitive, and treat it like a small business with actual systems rather than a one-time experiment. Discipline here looks like setting clear rental terms, photographing everything before and after, and never letting emotion override your cancellation policy. Process beats conviction every single time. The hosts who thrive aren't the most excited ones, they're the most consistent ones. At the philosophical level, what we're really talking about is reframing ownership itself. You don't just own things, you operate them as assets. That mindset shift, more than any single platform or strategy, is what separates the people who actually build supplemental income from the people who just talk about it. The beautiful irony is that the second job you've been avoiding might require nothing more than a good smartphone photo, a fair price, and the patience to let bookings accumulate over time. We've overcomplicated passive income for years, and the answer was sitting in your garage the whole time. Whether you're in a position to act on this today or you're still in the research phase, either outcome is fine, the market will still be here, and the platforms will only get more refined. What matters is that when you do move, you move with a plan, a process, and realistic expectations. And if you're ready to take that next step, whether it's real estate investing, home contracting work, or finding the right lender to make it all happen, we can help you get started. So check out our links in the description below.